There's not one, but two budget showdowns going on right now in Congress, which really highlight how incredibly dysfunctional this government body really is. So you've probably been reading about, Democrats saying that Medicaid is going to get cut and Republicans talking about tax cuts. That is for the FY 2026 budget, which starts October 1st of 2025, goes on a fiscal year. The second budget showdown is related to the fiscal year 2024 budget, which started last October, October 1st, 2024. And all these months later, they still have not passed a budget bill. We've been operating on what's called a continuing resolution. So they just continued funding the government at current rates because Congress couldn't agree on a budget. So if Congress doesn't agree to a continuation of the fiscal year 2024 budget or pass a new spending bill that takes us to September 30th, which would be the end of the fiscal year, then the government will shut down. And that budget shutdown will occur this coming Friday, March 14th, if a new budget isn't passed. To try to avert that, Republicans and President Trump together, it seems, put together a 100-page stopgap spending bill, which is essentially a continuing resolution. It will fund the government largely at the same levels as it was funded before with a Biden-approved budget, with some small adjustments, a little more money to defense spending and a little less money to non-defense spending. And in the House, they're hoping to pass this with only Republicans supporting it. So the House of Representatives is scheduled to vote on the bill on Tuesday, and if it passes in the House, then it will go to the Senate and has to pass in the Senate and be signed into law by Friday. Otherwise, we have a shutdown. I'm going to read you a quote from Maya McGinnis, who's the president of the Committee for Responsible Federal Budgets. It's a bipartisan nonprofit. She says, "At this point, it seems lawmakers are making a mockery of the budget process. It's not just that they miss the occasional deadline, they don't make a single one. They race ahead to pass tax cuts without putting a real budget in place. They borrow for new spending and tax cuts when what the nation needs is a debt reduction plan. The brinksmanship over government funding is so routine, we haven't fully enacted appropriations for the start of the fiscal year in almost 30 years. At this point, it's starting to feel like fiscal sabotage."